I got to spend time with women out there for them to be inspirational and for them to share their stories and journey is always encouraging to me. And again, today I am super, super honored. Well, this is Victoria, on the Achievers part. And today, I am really pumped up. And on this platform, we bring to you tools, resources, everything that you need to have all round success. So, whatever it is that you are trusting to achieve financially, business wise, in your career, home, whatever it is, we have something for you. And today, I am so honored and so really excited that I have another powerful woman in the house today. All right, so I want you to grab your coffee, grab your tea, grab whatever it is, grab your notebook and a pen because you are going to learn from this. And if this message is not for you, you're probably going to know somebody that would need this. So we are going to be diving in. So today I have Susan Kibe all the way from Kenya. All right, so this is an emotional and wellness coach, and she is the founder of Claim Your Crown. She's a woman who have gone through life. When you say people have gone through life, that life has happened to them, and in the mix of all the situation, they got lost a little bit, couldn't find herself, but we thank God that she was able to find and understand herself and able to navigate through all the challenges that she has gone through, all the identity crisis. And today she's using her story and all the things she has learned to be a blessing to women out there and even to younger girls who might be going through similar situation. So I really want you to join me as I bring into the house Lady Sue Kibe. Welcome, welcome, Lady Sue. I am so honored to have you. And let me tell you, your story is so inspiring and so encouraging. And I can tell you, there are people as they listen to you, it's going to be inspiring to them as well. It's going to help them to get unstuck. It's going to help them to find themselves. It's going to help them to be able to live the life that God has for them. So before we start, I know I talked a little bit about you. I really want you to share with us, a few things about you, your background, and how you get started.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Victoria. Thank you for having me. I'm really honored and humbled to be on your show. Yes, so my name is Susan Kibe, and I use Su Kibe for the brand. That is what people know. And I am married. So I have another name at the end that I don't know whether you'll be able to pronounce, but it almost sounds like yours.
I know, right?
So my formal name is Su Kibe Atsulu. So Atsulu is my husband. Yeah, and Su Kibe is I normally say I'm a girl that God has shown a lot of grace and mercy.
Wow.
Because my background is really those humble backgrounds. I was born and brought up well in a Christian home by my parents, went to school, just had a very nice life, well balanced, present family and all that. And I went through school very well after I cleared campus and I had started working. I think that was the first time that I had I suffered an identity crisis in my life that shifted how my life turned after that. Because one morning when I was going to work, actually it was internship, it was after campus, I went through sexual assaults. And as a young girl, I was only 23, and having been raised in a Christian background, so I have kept myself, I was a good girl all through even campus. And I think that just threw me off balance. And now I was trying to find myself. I felt violated and lost, and the pain. And where that led me was that it led me to the club. Wow. And I got into a lot of alcoholism and partying. It was like an everyday affair. Like I really needed to blind what was going on currently and numb it. Yeah, and just feel like I fit in another environment. And while I was continuing with that life, I conceived my son and I became a single mom at the age of 25. So it seemed like I was running from one identity crisis to another. It's like I was building a story house. because now again, single mom, more stigma. I'm still feeling lost. I have been raised by two parents, and so I didn't have a manual for raising a child alone. And so as I was walking through that, I was still trying to find myself. And how am I navigating this season? And while I was at it, when my son was around 4 years old, going to 5, I met a man who I thought we would settle down together. I was not born again. I was not accountable to anyone. I was just living my life. I was just doing things. And so I got into an entanglement. In Kenya, we call them entanglements. I don't know what you call them. So I got into an entanglement as I was trying to find status to cure my identity crisis. And that also now gave me another title. I became a mom again. So I conceived my daughter in the entanglement. But while I was in it, I think because the purpose of God in my life was sure. God was just looking at the way I'm going, and he knew he was going to capture me at some point. And in that entanglement, I went through a lot of emotional abuse. Things were just not working. It was terrible, left, right, and center. I almost sank into depression at some point, and I really had to come to a point of picking myself up. And I could see, you know what, Susan, you have blundered. Here and here, you did not go well. But since you're still here, you have a chance to rebuild yourself again. And so while I was in it, I gave my life to Christ, and I started just finding direction and purpose in life. And as I pursued my purpose, God led me out, because that was not his purpose for me. And so I became a single mom in the city of Nairobi, Kenya, with 2 children. So not only one, but 2. You know, you can be forgiven for one.
I know,
People
right? For 2?
It was a mistake. Oh, yeah. But 2, we are wondering, what is wrong with you? Didn't you learn the first time?
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, so I raised my children. Now I had purpose, you know what, with all the mistakes I have made, now I'm ready to pick myself up and build myself again. I think by this time I had gone through so much, I didn't even care what people would say. Whoever will talk, let me just raise my children. I had had it. Yeah, and so I started raising my 2 children, boy and girl. And I went through a journey of finding myself and finding healing. And I think how I pursued my healing is I got into a lot of mentorship programs then through friends who would refer me to programs. You know, I had a lot of support system around me to help me stand, because by this time I had already identified I was very vulnerable in matters love and relationships. Yeah. And so I got into a lot of mentorship programs that helped me be able to stand and find myself. And so now I was comfortable that, you know what, I am a single mom and I have these 2 children and I'm going to raise them, you know, and by the grace of God. And so I raised my children. We had our life together. We made a lot of memories, and God blessed us, and God also graced me to be able to take care of them. And while I was in this our family for 6 years, after 6 years, I met my husband. So I said I'm married. So now currently my husband, now we met after when I was already 6 years into this journey of healing, of being content with where I am, you know, finding peace with myself and just loving my space. Yeah, so I met my husband, and we got married after a year or so of dating. And my husband had lost his wife like about 2 years prior. So he had children. So he came with children. So when we met, we have this beautiful blended family. So I have 7 children. He came with 5. I had 2. So in a beautiful blended family of 7 children and my husband. And so throughout my journey and finding me and healing me, I came to a time where I saw God's restoration and that he turned my story around, you know, and just changed my garments and restored me. So all this journey while I was finding myself from the sexual assault, alcoholism, party, identity crisis, the counterfeit marriage and all, by the grace of God, by the time I was settling down in marriage, I had put it together in a book. So I have authored a book, this book called Gracefully Broken. Yes, which is a story of my life and my journey, because I realized not everybody goes through the things I have been through and is able to stand or able to come out. Yeah, sometimes people sink into depression or you feel like there is no taste of life.
Hmm.
And so through now my journey and God picking me up, that is where I got the passion to now hold another woman's hand and walk with
Hmm.
them. And that
Wow.
is where Claim Your Crown was birthed.
Wonderful.
And I believe Claim Your Crown is just a company that helps women go through self-awareness programs, identity. I also mentor moms who parent alone. I call them silver moms. I don't call
Hmm.
them single moms.
Silver. I love that name, Silver Mom, instead of
Yes, I call
Single
them
Mom.
silver moms.
Wow.
Yeah, to just help them go through the season and, overcome the stigma and the challenges of the season, and to
Mm-hmm.
help them see that there's another side of this story. It does not have to end there.
Like that.
And so Claim Your Crown offers mentorship programs. Claim Your Crown makes sure that a woman is able to rise up and show up regardless of the circumstances,
Hmm.
regardless of where you find yourself,
Yes.
regardless of your past and where you have been, that you can be able to rise up and show up, because every one of us, there's something in us for somebody else.
Yes.
So if we fail to rise up, you will be denying us of what you should be bringing into our lives.
Absolutely.
Yes. So that is what Claim Your Crown is about. And the company was founded. We are almost 4 years now. We started in 2020, but I think officially kicked off in 2021,
Hmm.
and have been able to mentor hundreds of women.
Wow.
You know,
Amazing.
some who
Amazing.
are some who are parenting alone, some who have been through separation or divorce,
Hmm.
and then just women who probably have issues with relationships and are trying to find themselves, trying to find their identity,
Hmm.
trying to, walk the journey of self-awareness. Probably life has thrown you a lot of lemons here and there until you
Mm-hmm.
lost yourself. Yeah,
Yes.
so just helping you to find you and to be able to heal you so
Hmm.
that you can rise up, and still impact the world and add value to society. So that is what we do in Claim Your Crown. And I am now under Claim Your Crown as an emotional wellness coach. So anything emotions, your emotions are wounded. Women are emotional beings.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, so that's what I do, Victoria.
Oh,
That's who I
wow.
am.
That is amazing. Your
Mm,
story is so touchy because the thing is, I can tell you, you are not the only person who have gone through what you've gone through.
yeah.
And being able to have a turnaround from all the situation and from all of the crises that you've gone through, from being sexually assaulted, from becoming a single mother,
Mm,
into alcoholism, trying to just feel belong into some kind of environment,
mm,
and then from there getting into like an entanglement with another man, having another child, and it's like one crisis we just compound another.
that's
Sometimes we
it.
try to make it better, but then we try to
Mm,
find solutions in the wrong places, and then
that's
it,
it.
it gets worse and get bigger and gets more unmanageable. But I,
Mm,
I thank God for you, because through all of the challenges, everything, you were able to say, you know what? So
mm.
there is more to life than this.
Yes, that's
And
it.
I can turn this around because God has a purpose for me. So I
Mm,
want you, before we talk more about Claim Your Crown, I want you to, if you're able to, just kind of share a little bit that moment, where it's like, this is it. So this is it. You need a turnaround. You need a change. You cannot continue your life like this, going through all this, and trying to, you got married. I mean, your entanglement to kind of find a status, but then it wasn't working. So I really just want you to, because sometimes for some women out there, they may think like they cannot stop the cycle. They may think that they have to continue like this. But if you can just share a little bit how you get to that point and make the decision that, you know what, too, it doesn't matter. Life has happened, but that will not define me. Let me discover who I am, what God has for me. So how do you get to that point, and how has that helped you, being able to help other women?
that's an amazing question, Victoria, because it is more of the turnaround. At what point did my life turn around? When I was in the entanglement and I went through a lot of emotional abuse, and life was just, things were just not moving, you know, as in I was just like in one form of stagnation after the other. And at that time, I had given my life to Christ in the entanglement. I think also when life pushes you in a corner and there's nowhere else you can run to but to God. Yeah, probably
When you
God
are in
needed
the
to use
corner,
the
that's
fire.
it, nowhere else.
God needed to use the fire to refine me. And so while I was in it, I know I've started to go to church. I'm receiving the word of God. I'm studying the word, and I realized there is a purpose that God had for me before I was born. And so I had to just come to a place of picking myself up. So you have to get to a place where you are tired, you know, of where you are.
You
You
are
have to get
tired of the
tired,
cycle. You are
yes,
tired.
of the
What is going
cycles.
on? Like, this is enough.
Yes, like you get to that point of enough is enough.
Enough is
And
enough.
also to look at, I think I've already gone through what's the worst that can happen beyond this point. And by the time you're getting there, you have to be very confident and sure that you're willing to, you know, even like face the consequences of whatever is ahead.
It's
Because
ahead.
you see, if nobody chased me, by the way, I wouldn't say my daughter's father was unfaithful, there was no physical abuse. I would have as well just said, you know what, I don't want to raise these children alone on my own. I can just sit here and watch things go. But I was seeing I was living below what God had purposed for me. I was not adding any value to society.
Wow.
And even psychologically, I was not doing well. Victoria, there's a day I went to work in different color of shoes in town. I wore a black shoe and a brown shoe.
Oh gosh.
That is the level of mental health issues that I was
Wow.
working in.
Like, wow.
Yeah, and so I had to come to a decision that if I lose my life, if I'm not able to take care of these children, where will they go?
They go.
You see, you have to get to a point where I believe that my tomorrow must be better. Like there has to be a better day.
Amen to that. Yes, amen.
Yeah,
to that.
this is not the end. My life cannot end here. I would rather die trying than just stay here. Just like what Esther said when she was going to the king. If I die, I die. But let me at least go. Yes. You have to get to that point where I believe that tomorrow is better. I believe I can take another step and see some light at the end of the tunnel. So that was my turnaround. And at that point, I did not even care whether there'll be stigma or if people would talk, you know, thinking, how did you repeat the mistake, you know? I did not care, but I'd already gone through so much. And then I had to get to a place where I looked at Sue in the mirror and I had to forgive Sue. So I forgive you for the things you have been through.
I love that.
I forgive you for, you know, the mistakes you have made.
Wow.
But now that God has still allowed you to be here, because those things would have finished me. Depression would have finished me, but it did not. Yeah, so I purposed because God had preserved me. I needed to take an extra step, even if it was one more step. Like, God, you have kept me. Give me one more chance to turn things around. And so it was just that hope of, I believe tomorrow must be better. I believe there's a better day, you know? Yeah, so it was that drive that made me decide to, you know, step out and take a bold decision that, you know what, I don't even know how it's gonna be, but I will step out and I believe God will help me to raise these children. Because also I needed a peaceful state of mind, even to be able to work well, yeah, to be able to raise the children. So I needed to get to that point of, I believe I have a better day. I have some little strength that I can get, if not for anything, for these children. Because now if I continue to stay, they would have sunk into depression. Probably I wouldn't be here with you today, you know, or probably I would have lost it. Yeah. But because God had already brought me so far, I had this faith that He did not bring me that far to just leave me there.
Just leave you.
Yeah. So I had to really come to a place where I would forgive myself and extend some grace to me that, you know what, tomorrow is a better day.
Yes.
Give it one more try. Yeah, just take another step, because the problem is stagnation. If you're not moving, then everything will be at standstill.
You
As long as you can lift your leg and move another step, there's always something. There's a new page and a new chapter ahead.
Wow, 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 wow. That is powerful. And you talked on few things there, which really are just kind of like just going to summarize. Number one, you talk about you come to a point where you look yourself in the mirror and you have to forgive yourself, because the thing is, a lot of people and a lot of women whose life has happened to, most of the time we hold on to the blame and to the guilt, and like maybe, oh, it's my fault, I have made this mistake, I've done this, and we continue to walk in that guilt, feeling ashamed. But you get to the point that the past is the past. The past is done. I mean, we wish it didn't happen, but now that it has happened, you know what? Sue, I forgive myself. Let me extend more grace to Sue. I mean, and I think everyone that is hearing, that is something that we can all learn from, whether you've gone through crisis, whether you are going through crisis, or somebody that is going through situation like that, that it is okay. It is okay to extend that level of grace. No, the past has happened, but like she said, she need that peace of mind, that sound mind, to be able to make sound decision, to be able to make sound judgment concerning the children. Because if not, the children will be affected, and like you yourself, you'll be losing your mind. You don't even know, like walking around without a purpose. But you got to that point and you say, you know what, God has brought me this far. He's not going to leave me, and there is more to my life than this. I am going to turn this around. I mean, that is what I call resilience, okay? That is what I
That's
call
it.
resilience. And I believe women can do that, though it's not going to be easy, because you can tell that the journey is not easy, right? Probably we have people who will be calling you names. We have people, maybe intentionally, we have to avoid them because they're probably going to be saying some negative things to you. But
That's it.
you're like, you just say, no, what? I don't care what people are saying. I don't care about the stigma anymore. Now it's about me. Wow. Wow, that is super amazing. We are going to talk more into that. So now let's talk about Claim Your Crown. This is your program. This is what you're doing. I want you to just kind of I mean, you said it started 2022, 2020, and then officially like in 2021, you started picking up the pace, and thank God you have been able to mentor some women and hundreds of women. So I want you to really just share with us, because probably we have some women who have gone through similar stories, who have gone through some identity or some challenges in life, that other people can be able to benefit from them. So I want you to kind of share how you've started it, but then how you are able to get to that point of sharing your own story, because I believe if some people don't hear your story, they wouldn't want to come to you for help. And I think that's probably a big deal, to put yourself out there, to say, this is me, these are the things I've gone through, but I don't want you to go through the same, or let me help you through that phase of life. Just speak into that, getting started with Claim Your Crown, and how you're able to be like, I'm gonna be out there, I'm gonna let people know, and I'm gonna work with the women.
Thank you. Indeed, Victoria, it's not an easy decision. You don't just wake up and decide, I'm taking this direction. It's not easy. But throughout my journey, I discovered that I found healing through just being authentic. And Claim Your Crown, the inspiration behind Claim Your Crown is that most times, and especially as women, we are faced with very many things, whether it's in your individual life, in your marriage, with children, with extended families, a lot, career, business, that would make you to, just like lose hope, and just drop your shoulders and even drop your head. The crown cannot be in place if your head is stooping low. Yeah. So the
Yes.
inspiration was to just help women to keep their head high so that the crown can sit well in its
Very well.
place. Because a lot of times, a lot of women have allowed seasons of life and situations to define them. You know, if I went through assault, that does not define me. Once I already understand it was not my fault, no, I pick myself up slowly. It is painful. There are tears involved, you know, a lot of emotional breakdowns involved, but it is through taking a day, as each step a day at a time, that you find healing and understand that the sexual assault does not define you. Did you lose your marriage? Probably you went through divorce. That does not define you. You know, are you having issues with your children in parenting? That does not define you. Because if I raise my children and have given them my best, and probably along the way they take different routes. Personally, as a parent, I believe I did my best. And even as I keep running after them, I will not allow that to define me. I start saying, oh, I'm even a bad parent. I cannot amount to anything. I cannot, no. So you have to get to that place of self-awareness and to know exactly who you are and who God created you to be, and just stick to your lane. Just like walk on your path and give the world 100% of who you are. So that was the mind behind Claim Your Crown, that I would work with women to help them know that their situations do not define them, and that what they have been through, their story does not have to end there. That you can rise up, pick yourself up, you know, put the broken pieces together, whatever you're going to use, put the broken pieces together and allow God to form you again into a vessel that somebody else can see and learn and grow. And as you said, authenticity also helps people to relate with you. Like somebody feels, I can talk to Sue, she will understand me. Because if today somebody comes to me and like just this, I think today when your team was trying to reach me, I was in a meeting with a lady who is a single mom and has tried to reach me for some months, and just sitting with her made her feel like, you know what, I can do this. Because where she was, she had never, that was her confession, she has not had a story of a single mom before that has been a single mom and her story turned, like she got restored into marriage. So you see, if I don't speak out, there's somebody who will not have hope for tomorrow. The other thing also about speaking is that God may receive the glory, because it's only God that can be able to lift you, you know, clean you all the ashes and turn them into beauty. Only God can be able to restore and heal from, you know, when a 23-year-old girl loses her virginity through sexual assault, that right there is enough to make the whole world crumble, you know, and I do not want to ever rise. But if I did not pick myself from the incident that happened that morning, dusted myself, go for treatment, go for counseling, today I would have no story to share. Because another girl would go through the same thing, or even an older woman, and they would just bury themselves in the pain. And now all of a sudden you don't value yourself anymore. You don't see like anything good can come out of you. So authenticity is able to help someone to relate with you. They know they can listen, you can listen to them without judgment.
Wow.
Yeah. Because somebody, if you have not been through a season, I'll be wondering, why are you venting again? So you just raise children. Is there a problem? They are your children in the first place. So I may not understand you're having emotional meltdowns. I will not understand you're going through your lonely seasons. I'm wondering, what is the problem? But you see, if I have gone through the journey and I have been bold enough by the grace of God to speak out, somebody else is able to find hope and see, by the way, it can be done.
Yes.
Yeah, it can be done. If God did it for Sue, God can do it for me.
Yes, yes. Wow. I mean, you put it very well. Very, very well said. Because and I believe that until people hear from us before they too can come out and be like, I am in pain. I am going through this. My world is crumbling down. I am down because, you know, I think as women, it's not, maybe we don't want to ask for help, but then at the same time, because I think some people feel no, but people will not understand them. And I think that is a valid reason, because if people have not been in your shoe, if they
Yes.
haven't gone through similar experience that you've gone through,
Mm.
when you are talking to them, they will not understand, you know, the
Mm.
weight. They will not understand the intensity of the pain that you've gone through. But when somebody
Mm.
now hear that you've gone through that, ooh, now they feel at ease. They feel light to release the burden. You
Mm.
know, the things they've been carrying all around that has been weighing them down, bringing about depression and all of that. That is
Mm.
amazing. You know, being yourself, being authentic, amazing, amazing, amazing. So now, with a claim your crown, when you get started, what are some of the challenges, you know, that you encounter, you know, the first few months, the first few years, and how you're able to grow to where you are today? So when I was reading your bio and your everything, I'm like, oh wow, it feels like I've been doing it for decades. So I just wanted to share some of the, you know, some of the challenges, because sometimes people will think to start something like that is easy, that, you know, though you've gone through it, it's going to be easy, but we know it is not. So just share
Mm.
some of the challenges and some of the things that you've done, or the things that have helped you to where you are today, if you can.
Mm. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Victoria. I think one of the challenges is definitely there's a fear that comes with
Hmm.
birthing something new. And I'm thinking, oh, so now I'm stepping out as a coach. Sometimes you really feel like, do I have much to offer? Will people listen to me? You know,
Hmm.
some of the challenges are like deliverables. How am I going to present myself out there so that I can communicate as I expect?
Hmm.
And then now also getting people who are like-minded. You see, people, we are totally different, you know.
Yes.
So by the time I say I'm working with this psychologist or a psychotherapist, finding someone who will buy into my dream and vision so that we can be able to deliver results
Hmm.
can also be a challenge. And so what I did, I think I had a very slow start to be able to really identify what do I want to deliver, where do I want to go.
Hmm. Hmm.
Once I know where I want to go, then I can be able to look for who to work with, who can
Hmm.
I partner with, how can I sell this vision and this dream,
Hmm.
how can I present myself out there. You see, because like when you're doing like the mentorship for the teenage girls in schools, the school or maybe the church where you're going, they really have to, you know, hear you and trust you with the young
Mm-hmm.
lives of their children.
Yes, that is huge.
Yes, that is big. So being able to sell your dream and your vision to another person is one of the challenges that were there as we were beginning. And
Hmm.
even if you feel like I'm not ready to take up any client, like I'm not even sure I want to meet with anybody, even that sometimes feeling like you are not there yet, you
Yes.
know.
Hmm.
But what kept me going day after day, number one is a passion, because this is a company or a dream that is out of passion. And
Passion.
before, yeah,
Passion.
passion
Hmm.
has to be there. And before I even went for the certifications and all that, I would do it out of just passion. Like you can call me at 2 a.m. in the night and I will sit down without being groggy and listen to you, you know, be empathetic and guide you. So with time I realized for me to
Hmm.
be able to sell myself out there, no, I needed to be certified. So
Hmm.
now go to school, you know, get certifications for mentorship, for coaching, so that the clients that come, I'm able to know which direction to guide them
Take
on.
them on.
So other challenges also can be probably even financial strains to be able to even get the certifications, you know, to pay to be able to go to school and of college, wherever you're going to seek certifications. But because the driving force is passion, I think my foundation is passion. And I believe whatever you have passion for, so long as you rise up and
Hmm.
present yourself ahead, even God will make a way.
Amen.
Yeah,
Amen.
God will send you help. God will send you people to hold your hand and even to guide you on how to pursue. So that now, as I rise up to be able to talk to people, I know I'm giving them, I'm confident. I know I can
Mm-hmm.
sit with you and listen to you,
Yes.
see where you are at.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then, of
Wow.
course, sometimes you may feel like, I don't know how this will be like when one of the things that I really confirmed that even God was with me in the restoration story is when I met my husband. You know, it is one thing to get married at 20 and 25 when
Mm-hmm.
you're a young girl. It's another thing to be married when you're almost 40. So you have your things going, your dreams
Uh-huh.
going. Yeah, and he didn't feel like, no, you cannot continue talking about yourself like that outside there. How are we looking, you know?
Mm.
So that can also be a fear. But the things of God, God partnered me with a man who is the one who pushes me. Like, what are you
Wow.
doing? Go for it. What is next? Go for it.
Go for
Like,
it.
you know, I know the support is there. And
Mm.
so mine is just to show up and do what I love doing. So
Wow.
challenges are there in the beginning, but when you have passion for what it is that you're doing, so long as it is your purpose, and you know that somebody's destiny is tied to what you are doing.
What you are
So
doing.
even delaying to do it, you are shortchanging somebody whose
Hmm.
destiny is tied into that. So that also can make you rise up very fast and do what needs to be done. Seek help, you know, call for help and just do what needs to be done so that somebody else can also benefit.
Benefit. Wow. 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 These are golden, guys. These are golden. She talked about our passion. And I think for everything to be successful, whatever it is that you really want to do, the passion has to be there because I think that is the foundation. Because the thing is, like she talked about, challenges will come, maybe the fear, either financial challenges, all of that. But when the passion is there, when you are so passionate about this and you can envision how lives will be transformed through what you have to offer. I mean, that is just like the energy kick for you. So she talks about equipping herself. Though you have the passion is not enough. You need
Mm,
some skills because when you're looking
okay.
at some destinies being attached to you, like you said, you want to make sure you guide them the right way.
Mm,
They have gone through broken things, they have gone through crisis. We want it to be easy for them. We want to make the path to their self discovery, their identity easy. So you kind of like, you know what? I need to know what I'm doing. I need to be
mm,
able to deliver. And you talk about the deliverables and you talk about the result. Because when you're talking about mentoring teenagers, people have to be able to foresee
mm,
what the outcome is going to be before
mm,
they said, okay, now work with me or work with my child or work with my
mm,
teenager. So you
mm,
get yourself equipped to be able to do that, which is, I applaud you, because that could be enough reasons for not actually doing it. Like, okay, I don't
mm.
have the skills, I don't have certification, I need to go and
Mm,
to school for this, I need people to
mm,
mentor me, I need money to go to school, but you don't
mm,
let all those challenges to actually stop you. So
mm,
I want you to just kind of talk about some of the people you have worked with, how their lives have been transformed, or some of the testimonies that you've heard from them, and how that really makes you feel when somebody comes to you and you see where they've been and where they are right now. Just kind of talk about the transformation from
mm.
claiming your crown, and just some testimonials to really get people more excited about what to do and about hope, that there is hope for them.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Victoria. I think um the most fulfilling parts of pursuing your purpose is
Hmm.
to, as you're saying, see results, see a transformed life. And one of the major success stories I have encountered is a lady that came to me who had lost herself
Hmm.
completely, was in a relationship that did not go well. And so she really did not even like find taste of life anymore. And so I had to walk with her the journey of self-awareness to help her know that she's important, that she matters, that, you know, you are all that. and a cherry on top, and that this is not the end.
Mm.
So just walking with her through the journey and
Mm.
helping her see who she is and where she has come from. Apparently, it brought out a lot of other things to the journey, like would make somebody to seek validation elsewhere,
Yes, yeah.
anytime.
Mm.
Yes, because anytime you are, and especially emotionally, when you're dented emotionally, you lose yourself. You start second guessing yourself over everything. Imposter syndrome kicks in, because like this lady was very good in design work, like very good. You can give her work anytime, but in that season, you couldn't give her work, and she agrees. She feels she cannot deliver.
Mm.
Imposter syndrome. You all of a sudden you feel this perfectionist thing has checked in. Things have to go right, and that now causes delay because you don't step in. So working with her through a journey for 8 weeks. Yeah, our programs ran for at least 8 weeks. By the end of 8 weeks, she had found herself again. She never delays to make her nails, make her hair. She's doing commercials. Oh my goodness, she all of a sudden she's comfortable in her skin and her space
It's
in again.
amazing.
That by itself just makes me so fulfilled.
Hmm.
And also seeing single moms being able to take care of their children without feeling sorry for themselves,
Yes.
knowing that in that season you are what your child has, you entirely, you. So parent that child 100%, give them the best, mold them in such a way that as they shine in life, nobody will ever point a finger to say this is a child from a single mother's home, and all that comes by accepting the season that they're in. I help them accept the season they're in, and embrace these children with love, and make this our space as home, our little heaven down here, and also helping her as a woman to embrace her strength, to embrace the woman that she is, the parent that she is, and to know that where you find yourself is not your fault, because at least 90%, okay, there are people who decide I want to have a child and just get together with a man and have a child, but most single moms just find themselves, nobody signs up for it.
That is true.
So by the
Yes.
time you get there, it comes suddenly. So you are in shock, you are in denial, you are in pain. You are parenting these children from a point of pain. When you look at them and they look like their father, you don't want to see them. They are innocent, but they look at you and they remind you of their father. You get angry twice.
Twice.
So to be able to help this woman to rise up, and even forgive herself, forgive the ex-husband or the boyfriend or whatever relationship was there, forgive them, release them, and just now pick yourself up from where you are, raise your children. And I have seen around three, I can count three, four, and then myself, five single moms who we have walked together the journey, who are now married, happily married, restored into families, because they release the bitterness. They are not allergic to men anymore. Sometimes you feel like I cannot get I don't want to think of it, and that is part of healing. So once you have healed, you can even open your heart to love again. But it has to come from a place of finding yourself, finding healing and accepting where you are, being content with where I am, finding peace with myself, and then make sure I love these children 100%, raise them up in the ways of God, and of course, just looking up to God, because He's the one who guides us and gives us the grace. And also, seeing them being able to work in community groups, like we all need support, especially in those seasons of life. You need a support group. A support group where you will share your story or even your experience, or probably today I just feel like I want to vent. I just need space to scream my head out, and we allow you to scream. By the time you're done, you'll be energized to continue. Because if you're in a space where people do not relate, we'll wonder why you are making noise. Isn't it your child? Raise your child, you see. So even being able to provide that safe space for women, that they can be able to, navigate the season and raise their children successfully, that is also very fulfilling for me. And to see them walk through the journey, find healing, and even get restored into marriage, that is one of the things that makes me sleep a very happy woman.
Wow, wow, wow. I mean, that is a story of transformation. And I can tell you that when a woman is restored, when the life of a woman is transformed, it does not only affect that woman alone, it affects
Mm,
everybody around them. So if
mm,
children are involved, the children
mm.
can feel the transformation. Now, probably
That's it.
they were used to a mom who is always angry, always
Mm,
screaming. Like if you go near a thing, she will scream. You cannot even ask her anything. She's so
mm,
like so angry,
mm,
not friendly.
mm,
But all of a sudden, the transformation. Now they have a
mm,
mother who listens to them, who
mm,
like they can hug and can hug them. I mean, I think the transformation goes beyond that woman. It goes to the
mm.
children, to the co-worker, if she's working with people,
Yes.
to family members,
Mm,
that the new person just emerged. So
mm,
we are going to be wrapping up. I just really want you to kind of encourage people out there, women out there who are going through life, who have been dealt with cause that it's not their fault. Like you said, maybe they find themselves in a situation where they didn't plan for, either being divorced, single mothers, being assaulted, that life has happened, and maybe they're like in a state of confusion, or they are like, how should I move on from here? I just wanted to speak into their lives, give them some word of encouragement. Just speak. I don't know it's what you do. You help a lot of women to come out of that space,
mm,
finding themselves and finding joy in life. So
mm.
please speak to them.
Amazing. As we have said all throughout this session, that wherever we find ourselves in, that does not define us. And so I would want to encourage a woman, regardless of where you find yourself at today or in this season, I would want to encourage you that that is not the end. And the best challenge you can give yourself as a woman in any situation of your life is not to allow the music in your life to stop. Like, the music should always continue
Hmm.
in every season. Find strength to move an extra one more step. Find strength to move another step the following day. And do not allow yourself to get lost in the seasons of life, because any season we go through, by the way, we are not the first, we are not the last. It has happened to somebody else. So where you are at today, there's somebody who was there yesterday, somebody will go through it tomorrow. And so that by itself should make you know that you are not the only one, you are not alone. And there are a lot of people, a lot of destinies are tied to your rising up and to your finding yourself again. And so my encouragement would really be to just extend some grace to yourself and allow yourself to turn the next chapter of your life. That do not allow your story to end there, because despite what we go through, and I am a living testimony, despite what we go through, we hold the key. We are the ones who will say, no, this, we are done, we have closed. You are the one that holds like the master key of your life. You're the one that can end the story. You're the one that can write the end. Only you. Nobody else can put a full stop, and also just allowing you to pick the lessons, from the seasons of life that we go through. I mean, when somebody has gone through something like an experience, and which is why I'm very passionate to work with women, is that I believe I cannot talk to a single mom today and then tomorrow she goes again and gets into an entanglement like I did, because I have already shared my story with you.
Exactly.
And so
Yes.
my hope as I share is that do not wait to go through your own experience. Learn from mine and then put pieces together and rise up. It even makes the journey shorter and faster for you. So
Pastor.
my encouragement is that is not the end. You're the one that determines how your story will end. And in any season of life, do not allow the music in your life to fade. Just make sure every time, however faint the beat is, let the beat continue. And as you do that, you will find joy, find fulfillment, and somebody else whose destiny is tied to yours will be grateful that you did not give up.
Wow, 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 wow. Do not let the music to stop. Okay, that's
Mhm.
what you said. Don't let it to stop, because as your life gets better, the destinies that are tied to yours, like you said, there too, their life will get better. So if you don't recover from whatever has happened, they too are gonna be stuck in that situation of life. All right, so it's been an amazing time with you. As we wrap up, I really just want you to talk a little bit. I know we talked about it earlier on, but just talk about claim your crown, and people will actually benefit, because I know you have different mentorship program for different people. Just talk a little bit about those, that what you offer. So I mean, because you have excellent things like for people out there. Please talk about what you offer and who can benefit from claiming your crown.
Thank you, Victoria. So Claim Your Crown, as I had mentioned, is the company that offers mentorship. And number one, we offer mentorship for moms parenting alone. Whether you are a single mom that found yourself single, never married, or whether you are married and went through separation or divorce, and now you are parenting alone, we help you walk through the journey so that you can overcome the stigma of the season, overcome the challenges, and walk through with you, with a support group and a community that is surrounding you to cheer you on as you
Hmm.
go, so that you can be able to rise up. Then we also help people to walk the journey of self-awareness, because seasons of life can just put you down and make you lose yourself in a lot of things that can happen. So the program for self-awareness, we also do like a 8 weeks program to help you find yourself where you lost yourself, help you forgive yourself, pick up the pieces again, be
Hmm.
able to believe in yourself again,
Hmm.
be able to look at opportunities that are there for you again, and
Hmm.
just rise up and win. Self-awareness helps you as a woman to be able to rise up and show up regardless of where you are at, despite what has put you down, that you'll be able to find yourself and rise up.
So,
And then, based on my story where I lost my identity and I just got lost, we help people find their identity through emotional wellness. How? Because every day when we go through life, we are bound to face stresses here and there.
mm-hmm.
And so the journey of self-awareness and emotional wellness, particularly, is also an 8 weeks program, 6 to 8 weeks, that will help you be able to manage the stresses of life and adapt to situations, because some things are really beyond us. But
Mm.
once it happens and it has come, what do you do? We
Yeah.
do not allow you to remain there. Like, pick yourself up, adapt to this is the season, be able to let go of what you can let go, where you
Mm-hmm.
need to forgive, help you to walk the journey of forgiveness, and now start rebuilding yourself again. Because if you do not rebuild, you will be left at the point where the building came down.
Mm.
So emotional wellness just helps a woman to be able to manage the daily stresses of life that would come, and adapt to changes, adapt to seasons, so that you are not stuck and you are not stagnated. And then we also help women to go through maybe programs that will help you heal from pain. From it can be pain from loss, pain, any trauma that you could have gone through, to be able to help you walk the journey, like retrace your steps backward. Is it childhood trauma that affected me?
Mm.
Patterns that are in my family line,
Mm.
we trace the childhood trauma, heal
Mm-hmm.
the child in you, so that you can be able to show up as a whole human being, as a whole woman, a whole wife, a whole mother. So basically, it's just emotional wellness, whether it is from childhood wounds, assaults, loss of relationships, anything that is affecting your emotions that would make you lose yourself. We help you walk through the journey of, for number one, you accept that I am hurt.
Mm.
Whatever happened really hurt me. I was in pain. I did not like it. But after I have accepted, you pick yourself up, by slowly through the journey. Sometimes it's really painful, it's those
I know.
emotional seasons. You will be able to let go, forgive, and rebuild yourself.
Yeah.
But my purpose and my dream, my desire, my aspiration is to just see a woman pick herself up and rebuild yourself, to show up as a woman that God created you to be, so that you can impact the world. Because regardless of where you are at or what you find yourself in, there is something that only you can do and
Mm-hmm.
offer the world.
Wow, wow, wow. What a session. What a session. What a session. Oh my goodness. I am truly, truly honored to have this amazing woman in the house. She has gone through her story, sharing the story, finding herself, and then helping others to discover themselves and also to be able to rise up and be able to show up. It's been a great time with this amazing woman in the house, Lady Sukibe. Oh my, oh my, oh my.
Thank you. Thank you,
Thank
Victoria.
you, thank you,
Thank you
thank
for
you so
having me.
much. You are doing a great work. I'm telling you, you are doing an amazing, fantastic work because as the lives of women are transformed, as they're able to find themselves again, they're able to find another purpose, they're able to find meaning in life, and they're able to help other people. So we are so grateful to have you, and we pray that God continue to strengthen you, that
Amen. Thank
everything you
you.
desire, everything claim your crown is working on, that is going to come to fruition. So
Amen.
thank
Thank
you
you.
so much for being a blessing. And we
Thank
wish you
you.
much success, much success, much success. Thank
Thank you.
you.
Thank you, Victoria. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome.